Hey everyone, welcome to Retaliatory Strike. Today we have a game between myself, Ryan, playing Cygnar, and Bob, playing Khador.
Hi everyone, I'm Bob, and today I am playing a 75-point list, no theme, with Zerkova 1, with Beast 09, a Juggernaut, a Greylord Adjunct. We have Alexia, Mistress of the Witchfire, a Gobber Tinkerer, good old Kovnik Joe, minimum unit of battle mechanics, the Hammerfall High Shield Gun Corps full-size unit with the command attachment. We also have a minimum unit of Winterguard Rifle Corps with 3 Rocketeers attached, and the Siege Crawler. So I kind of wanted to have a little bit of recursion game with the Dwarves and Siege Crawler and Alexia too. And we had to do out of theme game because the Siege Crawler works for Khador, but you can't bring him in a themed game. So I really wanted to try this combo. So we did out of theme, which is cool. And I'm hoping Clouds from Zerkova can help protect the Dwarves going in a little bit. And that the Siege Crawler being able to drop stealth can help my Rocketeers shoot stuff. That's mostly what I'm thinking of my list.
Hey everyone, I am Ryan. Today I am running Vinter in Heavy Metal. It's a 75-point list, and I went no rec points to match Bob. So I have Vinter, Grandmaster Gabriel Throne, Journeyman Lieutenant Allister Caine with a Hammersmith, a Journeyman Warcaster with a Sentinel, a minimum unit of field mechanics, and 2 Storm Striders. So the idea behind this list is I wanted a bunch of stuff that can pretty much be independent, caster independent. So with Vinter not bringing in points or spells or a feat or anything, I wanted stuff that could go on its own. I put a Hammersmith with Caine because I was thinking that putting fire for effect on a Storm Strider could be really good, and then using Caine's speed to Spirit Door the Hammersmith forward to where it's relevant can be really good. Deployment. So we rolled off, and I won the roll off and chose to go first, and Bob chose side. For my deployment here, I'm putting Vinter right up the middle so then he can react to whichever side he needs to be on with a Storm Strider on each side. I put Caine and the Hammersmith down below that Storm Strider, and then the Mechaniks and Gabriel Throne and the Journeyman Warcaster all in the middle there, and that's my deployment.
So I put Zerkova pretty much in the middle, flanked by Beast and the Juggernaut, because I want them to be good watcher targets. If he launches Vinter into me or something, maybe I can bat him real hard with an axe. I got the Mechaniks in behind them. I'm thinking Zerkova can probably work with all this line of sight blocking terrain in the middle. Put some clouds down, keep those pesky Storm Striders from frying on my guys right away. So hoping it'll lay lots of clouds down. I decided to go with the Siege Crawler on the top, just because I think it'll work around the cloud a lot easier than it can work around the house near that flag on the bottom. Put the troops in next to that, where there's a wall handy to take advantage of if possible. So I think it's not a bad spot to play them.
Oh, relevantly, we both took the Pathfinder objective.
Yeah, with that forest right in the middle, Pathfinder objective seemed real good. We were saying later, maybe you would have taken Isle of Sight if you remembered the fact that you make so many clouds.
Yeah, I didn't look at your list at all, and I was like, I'll take Pathfinder. That might be relevant for 2 of the 6 models in my list.
Yeah,
and
Isle of Sight probably would have been huge.
Way better.
Yeah, so my Rocketeers and my Winterguard are all on the bottom there. And I'm really hoping they can do lots of good work into the Storm Striders, since I can see them over everything. Over the house, over the forest, over the clouds I'm going to make. I can just blast rockets into them, is my intent. Joe hangs out in the middle. Tinker over by the Siege Crawler to repair it.
Cygnar Turn 1. So it's going to be a pretty standard turn 1 of me just running everything. So I run up the bottom Storm Strider, get 2 tokens on it. I run up the top Storm Strider, get 1 token on it. So could have been a little bit better on the top one, but that's all right. I go with the Journeyman, who puts Arcane Shield on Vinter and then charges forward, so he can go up 9 inches. And then go with Vinter, who runs 12 to get to the front of the zone there. And then I run Gabriel Throne up in front there. And I run the Sentinel to be able to shield guard for the Journeyman, and then run the Mechaniks, Caine, and his Hammersmith up.
Khador Turn 1. Alright. So, power up, no big deal. Jack's not doing anything, lock allocate. I check my threat ranges, and I find out that 3 of my front Winterguard guys could reach Gabriel Throne.
2 of which are Rocketeers.
Yes, they put my Rocketeers all in the front. So I'm like, cool. They're gonna be able to make that. Great. I run my dudes up, my dwarves up, and at first I was looking to be like, I should stay outside of 4 because they don't electroleap to them. And then I thought, you know what? I kind of want 1 or 2 of them to die so that Alexia 2 can get some souls and make some skeletons. And I'm going to get them back from the recursion of the Siege Crawler anyway. So I leave a couple guys in electroleap range from the Siege Crawler to the dwarves. I run the Tinker staying just outside of 4 so no jumps can get to him. I run Alexia to go behind the dwarves. I run Beast 09 up. I run my Juggernaut up. Later I was looking at it like, man, I should have put Alexia more in the middle so she could have been in collection range of my Winterguard and my dwarves. But whatever, that's what I did. So now I walk up. Oh, Kovnik Joe told them, get accurate, and then walks up. So now they walk up and they start cranking some rocket shots at Throne. So Rat 7, since Joe yelled at him, they hit. They do a buttload of damage. He passes his tough check and falls down.
He has 10 boxes and he did 10 boxes with the first attack.
Yeah, and then the next one shoots him and just kills him. The Pow 6 blast damage isn't really going to tickle Vinter any, so I didn't feel nothing's happening there. Zerkova walks up, makes some clouds. So she can make, 5 clouds in a turn, if I remember right? If she wants to go max. So she can make a shitload anyways. Or no, it's 4. It's 4 clouds she can make.
Which you do.
They cost 2 apiece, and she can make one of them cost 1.
Cygnar Turn 2. So that sucked losing Throne, as he was supposed to be my rough terrain Pathfinder bot for Vinter, but I look and I can get the bottom Stormstrider around the house to shoot at the Winterguard, and this top one just got into that cloud so he can walk in and then shoot at Alexia, so I'm going for that now. I shoot my first shot and miss by 1, and I shoot my second shot, hit, and I boost damage, and I roll a 4 on the dice, so don't end up actually killing her.
She gets frizzy hair, but she lives.
Frizzy hair, but she lives. So that activation wasn't as good as I could have shot into the dwarves and probably cleaned up a bunch of them. So now I'm going with Caine, who walks forward and he is shooting and trick shotting. So he shoots a Rocketeer, gets the kill, and then trick shots into the other Rocketeer and kills him. And Alexia is out of collection range. So with my second shot, I shoot at Kovnik Joe because I know that the Stormstrider can get up there and shoot at the other Rocketeer at least. So I hit him, make him tough, and then I go into another Rifleman and kill him, and then I do my 3-inch repo and I leave just a hair of space between the house and Caine so the Stormstrider can see. And then I move up and I shoot at the Rifleman right next because looking at it, he is going to jump into the Rocketeer no matter what. So I shoot, it hits, and I roll 3 jumps, and I kill the guy that I hit and all 3. So I'm rolling good now. He's down to 2 guys there, so that's great. After that, relevantly, I did drop Arcane Shield on Vinter, and then I moved Vinter up to just within 4 of the objectives so I can still get Pathfinder. I put Arcane Shield onto the top Stormstrider, and then move up the Sentinel where he can shield guard for both of them and set up the Mechaniks to hopefully repair that Stormstrider.
Khador Turn 2. Okay, clouds go away. So yeah, I was not expecting to lose so many troops that turn. I thought the clouds are going to keep them off me, but wow, I've lost almost all my Winterguard. I measured out to see if I could get Axe 2 models, and I cannot. I don't have any threat extenders built in this game, so I'm relying on base Khador heavy threats, which don't reach anything. So like, well, shit. Okay. I don't get any recursion from the siege crawler right away. What happens there? I missed what I was rolling on there, but anyways, my troops go up. Joe told them to get accurate and then try to pot shot at the Hammersmith. Then those two guys go up and combine range attack at Caine 0 and get a couple points of damage in after he fades.
Yeah, 2 points of damage once it fades.
That's run a Juggernaut. I'm thinking the corner of that house will keep the Hammersmith from me, but it's not like I'm checking. I just run in there thinking, oh yeah, he won't get a lane. And then I'm thinking, I know I want Zerkova to try to slap the Arcane Shield off of that Stormstrider. So that's what I'm going with here, because she can launch an Hex Blast 17 inches, because she can go +5 range to an artifact and +2 range from having the adjunct around. So she slaps it. I don't think she does any damage to it, but she gets Arcane Shield off it. And she walks over here and tries her Rod at the Hammersmith.
And you put up a Watcher as well.
And cast Watcher. I think the Rod might do a point or two of damage, maybe.
Yeah, 1 or 2 points, I think.
I run Beast over just to be there to trigger Watcher with later, maybe. Now my dwarves. My dwarves walk up and go into Shield Wall, and then they're going to try some shooting at the Siege, the lightning dude. So Stormstrider. So anyways, they're going to do 2 big CRAs, 1 5-man and 1 6-man.
And you're mini-feeding.
And we're mini-feeding to shoot twice. So, because they're dice off a little bit. Like 3 and 4 for the 2 attacks. So, they do a fair bit of damage to them. They plug away with their 2 shots apiece. So, 4 big CRAs going out.
Yeah, you can see it on there.
Lots of damage. I walk up my Siege Crawler and clap some shots at him. Relevantly, I kind of forget it has the Siege Weapon rule, and we don't add the extra damage dice, which would have been useful. But I do forget that this turn. So I clap some shots into him, do some more damage. I rattle some the autocannon shots into him for a little more damage. And I leave him on like 2 boxes or something. Leave him on a couple boxes.
Two boxes at the end here.
Alexia 2 goes up. Makes 2 skeletons from those dead dwarves she picked up. Go back. They launch in. I'm hoping to kill them and then put the other one on the flag to score it. Instead, I do 1 point of damage. And then you get pushed away from the repulsor field. And then I send the other one in that finishes it. So, that's how that worked out. So now I'm looking, I want my Mechaniks to be outside of 4, inside of 5 inches to the 2 jacks, so they don't get electroleap, but they can block and repair. I have the adjunct go and put a flag on Zerkova. That's my turn.
Cygnar Turn 3. So that kind of sucked for my top Stormstrider, but I kind of expected it when didn't die, so I get my upkeeps, and relevantly I scored 2 to Bob's 1 on the last turn, and here I'm just checking threat ranges, so my Hammersmith can get to that Juggernaut, and I allocated an additional focus to the Sentinel, who goes up and he rolls up 2 shots, and he kills both of those thralls up there, which is good for me.
Objective gave Pathfinder.
Yeah.
You checking the distance.
Yeah, I double checked. I knew he was in. But this is Vinter charging in to the dwarves, and he is threshering. And he is mat 9, so not ones to hit, and their armor 19 and shield wall. So I need a 4 on 3 dice to kill them. So he goes in, he threshers. and then he gets a 2-inch move every time that he does a star attack, and when he buys attacks, he can do more star attacks. So he's threshering some more here. So that's my second Thresher, which kills them all out. And here I'm trying to see if I can either kill the entire unit or I can go for Alexia. And I'm thinking I want to go for Alexia because I really want to not have more thralls come. So I do a slam attack or a smite attack, which smites that guy into shield wall, but doesn't matter, and it knocks the other guy down at least. And then I do my 2-inch move, and I do a smite attack on Alexia, because if she somehow lives
over the wall, needs like a 6 to hit.
So I just hit, and it slams her 3 inches back, and she survives on 1 box, I think. It was pretty wimpy roll there, which was unfortunate. So I do a 2-inch place, so then Beast 09 definitely can't get to me, and I can go into that zone next turn. From there, I'm going with Caine, who just shot the one rifleman, trick shot it into him, and then killed both of them. And then he shoots the Juggernaut. And I forgot to allocate focus to the Hammersmith, unfortunately. So he shoots the Juggernaut and trick shots into Zerkova and does no damage. Or maybe 1 point. But after that, I go with...
Yeah, I faded it.
Yeah, my Storm Strider, who aims and shoots at Zerkova. And he hits, and he fades, and then hits again. And I do some damage.
Yeah, she doesn't have a ton of health, so she doesn't like taking damage.
But other than that, it is pretty good. And I bounced into Kovnik Joe again and ended up killing him, and then into one Mechanik as well. So it was a good activation for my Storm Strider. After that, I put Arcane Shield on the Hammersmith and move up the Journeyman so he can get a shield guard from the Sentinel. And then I charge the Juggernaut, who he then watchers in and does 6 points of damage but doesn't cripple anything.
Boosted to hit and boosted damage. I was hoping to either crit stationary him or to break something important.
Yeah,
and neither of those happened.
That's why I put Arcane Shield, was I was thinking about that at least. So this is me hitting and beating him back. I hit both of my initials, and I'm really crunching damage into him. And then I do my chain attack smite, and I was really hoping to smite him like 6 inches or like
into the burning
forest where his Mechaniks can't get to him type deal. But he only goes an inch, and then the Hammersmith just hangs out. And now I'm running the Mechaniks over to hopefully come and back up this side now that Storm Strider's dead. And that's my turn.
Khador, turn 3. So we kind of forgot to talk about score so far, but Ryan is 2 points up on me currently because he's been scoring his flag and zone. I've just been scoring my zone. So anyways, we bring back some dwarves. We upkeep Watcher for free thanks to the Adjunct. What else happens here?
You start your turn and forgot to allocate any focus?
When I started bringing back dwarves, I got excited and forgot about allocating focus or doing anything. Normally I probably would have given out a focus or two to my jacks, but I just forgot. I got excited. I don't usually have recursion. I'm really excited.
It happened to both of us in these last 2 turns now.
Well, here we're just checking to make sure I can walk the Siege Crawler around the flag a little bit, because when you're up against something like that, like the huge base has trouble landing places.
Can't walk directly over top of it.
Yeah. So anyways, he goes and claps a shot at the Vinter and misses, and then claps a shot at the Sentinel and hits and does a little bit of damage. And then rattles. Autocannon shots can't reach the Sentinel, so I try them at Vinter and they all miss. Because he's got pretty good defense.
There you go.
And I don't get tokens for just walking, so I can't boost. Like someone. So I walk him and try a pistol shot at the back of Vinter and miss. Because the goblins also only rat 4. My dwarves, I have my new guys just move, and I have the other two guys. The one guy who didn't get knocked down just aims, the other guy stands up and contributes to the CRA. So they're pretty accurate, and they do clip Vinter, and I think they do 8 point or 2 damage. Pretty minor, but they do clip them. Alexia stands up and makes zombies and repos. Well, I had to check to see it's completely within 3 inches, which actually gives you a fair bit of room to drop those thralls down, which is nice. And she repos over there. And now my thralls, I'm thinking, okay, I can get it on your back, which is nice. Gives them a little bit of a chance to hit, so they're mat 6. Your defense high, they still need like 9s.
Defense 15 in the back versus melees.
Yeah, so they need 9s.
First one misses, second one hits.
Yeah, so we crank a bit of damage in, and third one's not in the back, or it's over the wall.
It's over the wall and misses.
So, yeah, it needs an 11. Yeah, misses. So we do that part, so that's cool. The Vinter heals so much that like chipping damage into him doesn't usually stick very long. But I'm by God gonna do it. Okay, over here. Oh yeah, now we remember the fact I forgot to upkeep allocate, and I was like, hey, can I pay to stand up my Juggernaut now? And he's like, yeah, well, sure, you dummy. So I do it. And I have my Zerkova zapped the Arcane Shield off him. Yeah, because that's really good. I love having that spell. So she zaps an Arcane Shield off him. She walks up and feats, so there won't be any shooting and no charging, no special junk, which is helpful. She zaps her rod into the front mechanic and kills him, turns into a meat node, and arcs a spray through him. I boost the hit and damage onto the junior and just kill him. And then I just hard roll on everything else, and I do wind up killing some goblins too. So the lead mechanic goes away at the end of the turn, which is kind of neat. But so he's still physically there, which I have had come up in games before, that sometimes in the way. Anyways, so that was pretty strong, so I like that. Now my Juggernaut goes up and thumps on the Hammersmith, and then Beast walks up and thumps on the Hammersmith some more and kills him. So that's all working out, even though I forgot to get the focus, which is good. Alright, so now that they're done, I walk a mechanic in range to repair the Juggernaut, move the other ones up. So I get a max roll, like 3 whole points of repair, which is great. And I just run my adjunct to be closer to the flag. That's my turn.
Cygnar Turn 4. Alright, so with the feet being up, there's not a whole lot I can do. So I heal and I roll max, so Vinter heals for 6. And there's nothing contesting my flag or my zone right now. So I scored 1 on my flag and he scored 2, so now I'm only up by 1 for this turn. So I walk with Vinter because I can't do special attacks because of her feet. I walk up and I miss my initial, I hit my next one, and then I just crush her. So she's nice and dead now. After that, I move my Storm Strider back. I'm trying to see if there's anywhere where my Goblin Mechanic can go to run and contest next turn, and not really because he has to walk this turn because he was in her feet. And then I remember that I do have 3-inch repo on Vinter as well because of my theme benefit, so Bob lets me do it. And then I realized that Beast 09 could trample, so I back up and I pretty much just changed facing. And then I move back the Storm Strider, get 3 tokens, and then I just sit on the flag with Caine because he can't shoot, and that's my turn.
Khador Turn 4. Okay, the pressure's really on. We're chipping away his models. Things are looking pretty good. He was all gimped up because of my feet, which was it's a punishing feat, just devastating. Love it. Because no shooting in a control area, and anything activating control area can't do anything except for like walk and make a basic melee attack.
It was probably huge because with Vinter's movement after special attacks, he could probably have got to her where she is right now. So
yeah, so it was pretty clutch. So the Siege Crawler recurs a couple of dwarves, which is great. I look at what I want to do over here. I'm thinking, okay, I can't really charge because the wall's in the way, but I can walk and swing. That's cool. The Siege Crawler walks up and pounds a shot into the... I think he's in range of the this what do you call
The
it?
Gobber, or the
Siege, your storm tower.
storm, yeah. The storm.
And this time I remember that it has the siege weapon rule. So it hits really hard when you remember to roll more dice. So anyway, so it does pretty good there. And then it rattles its little autocannon shots into the objective and doesn't really do a whole lot. Like it chips a couple points in, but nothing major. And my
3 points of damage.
Yeah. My goblin moves up a bit. My dwarves move up a little bit, going into shield wall. And I think I do a takesies backsies with one of my dwarves because I decided, I'm like, okay, 2 of them can't shoot because they came back. 3 of them are going to shoot Vinter. And then I'm like, you know what? Instead of the one guy to go do a solo attack, they might as well make it a 4-man attack on Vinter. So 4 men go and they do like 2 or 3 points of damage. Vinter's a hard guy to do stuff to. I walk a skeleton, swing on him. I don't think it hits. I run another skeleton just to try to get in the way of things. Go do a bunch of repairs on the Juggernaut. Cool, he's getting more functional because his left arm was busted by the Hammersmith when it first went in on him. So now he's fully functional. But I'm looking, because of the place on the flag, I can't really run and engage Caine, which I'd like to do. I have my adjunct go and put a cloud on Zerkova because I'm a little worried her getting shot to death. I consider trying to ghost walk Beast and run him to try to engage Caine to slow him, to make him have trouble. I wind up not doing it. So I walk Zerkova up to here after running up Beast. I have Zerkova. I'm looking at what I can do. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to heal. I'm going to heal a lot. Because Warcasters can do it. They just usually don't. So I spend a bunch of focus to heal a bunch of points of damage.
Cygnar Turn 5. Alright, so I'm looking. Zerkova's right up in there with the Storm Strider, and I'm thinking he gets +2 from Superconduction, and if he aims, it's +4, so he's wrapped 10 into her, needing 7s. But I would also like to get Fire for Effect off Caine onto it. So I'm looking and I cannot get to contest that, so I'm just going to go for it. So I move up Caine and I'm about to move him because I know that he doesn't have to be that close before Watcher's triggered.
I get real excited. I'm like, I'm going to trigger Watcher. He goes, no, that's not where I'm moving. I'm moving over here. Okay.
I opened up my phone to look at my ranges because I knew that I didn't want to be that close. So I put up Fire for Effect, and then I shoot a Thunderbolt at Zerkova. I'm trying to knock her down because dual attack on the Storm Strider could be really good. Doesn't work, and I missed my second attack. I was needing 10s. So I go with the Storm Strider, who aims, and I hit, and he fades the damage, and I only rolled like a 4 on straight dice again. And then I hit with the second one, and I did quite a bit better there. I boosted both of them, and I think I get 4 or 5 points of damage into her, so that's good. I go with Vinter. I charge the objective and Thresher, so I leave the objective on 1 box, which is great, and I kill that. And I'm moving over, so I do an attack onto the objective, finish it off, and I do my 2-inch move forward because I'm wanting to clear out more of these dwarves. So I Thresher, kill the first front 2 ones, and then I move just enough to get the next 2, Thresher again, kill them, and do my 2-inch move into the zone there. So now I'm scoring 2 on this turn to his 1, which will be great. I'll be up 2 again, and that is my turn.
Khador, turn 5. So Zerkova is hurting. That sucked a lot. But we're in range to do horrible, horrible things to her. I'm really glad I healed a bunch last turn, because otherwise she would be dead.
I think she's left on 5 boxes right now.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So I bring back a dwarf. I get a free upkeep for Watcher, why not? I allocate full to Beast since he's in range to do things. I need to make sure Zerkova doesn't get Vintered. That's on my mind. But here we go. I'm looking to see if Beast can walk and get an axe range of Caine 0, and he can't, so I charge, get within axe range, do a Thresher, I can Thresher too. We need not once to hit the Siege Crawler, I think, so we spot him pretty hard. And the Thresher connects with Caine 0 and just kills him. I get repulsored back a little bit, and we're like, right, that's a thing. Okay. Buy an attack, boost the damage in, kill it. Great.
Only needed a 6 to get the kills, but it would have been nice if it had survived.
So yeah, I just run my Juggernaut up. I walk up some dwarves. I try a combined range attack against the Goblin and miss. I walk up the Siege Crawler, pound some shots into the objective with the big cannons. Work at line of sight to see if I can see the Gobber too. I can. I shoot him with the little gun, I think.
No, you didn't.
No, I did the big gun. I
Big
shot
gun.
the big gun at him because I was hoping a drift would still kill him if I missed. I hit him direct, so it's vaporized him.
No.
I don't quite clear it with the thing. I have Zerkova go up, and I think she has a spray onto it and boost damage. I don't know if she has her staff and boost damage. One way or the other, she kills it. Then I heal a little more. First I say I'm going to heal all, and then I take these back and say, you know what? I'm going to heal all but one, because there's a chance you can do something weird and get Vinter on her.
And now... So now he's going to be scoring 3 to my 0 on this turn. So.
Yeah, so scoring just starts to look real good for me, because you being like 30 points down is relevant.
Cygnar Turn 6. So I have one active model in my army left, which is just Vinter. So I'm looking here, and he hasn't stopped my charge lane to the Siege Crawler with the Skeleton, and I can get one attack on Zerkova after I've bought my attacks and done all my movements. So I charge the Siege Crawler. I then do my 2-inch movement to line it up. I'm going to try and knock Zerkova down. So I smite, but it only smites him an inch and just vaporizes him. So I move up and I turn so then I can hit both of the dwarves, Thresher, and kill both of them. Move over. I'm in Zerkova there. He triggers Watcher, but is out of 6, so can't make an attack. And I remembered my healing, so I healed for another 6 up to max again. And then I smite Zerkova away, who then does it. Leaves her on 1 box. Three boxes. It was pretty close though, and I move over, and he scores 3, and on his turn he'll score 3 more.
Khador, turn 6. Okay, like Ryan said, I could just end my turn and win, but we want to see, how hard it's going to be to kill a Vinter, because he's a hard man. So I pay to stand up Zerkova, I load up Beast 09, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to charge Beast in, or just walk. Yeah, we charged
You charged him because you wanted to get the fist on him as well.
I just walked and been in axe range, but I decided to charge. I debated boosting because he's murderous, so always rolling the additional die. I decided not to boost and just rely on the extra die for murderous, and I missed the charge attack. And then I missed the fist attack.
You're needing 9s to hit him.
Yeah, and then I boost on the next, a buy and boost and do some damage. No, I don't boost. I just buy and rely on murderous. I connect 2 hits, and he survives.
And he's on 1 box left.
So Zerkova goes and sprays, and the spray kills him.
Yeah, and I don't tough. But it was a good game. Afterthoughts. So I won the roll-off and chose to go first. I feel like it might have been better to have gone second this game, possibly, because my threat ranges with my Storm Striders are so long, it might have kept you away from the scoring elements, and I could have pushed that a little bit harder.
I think if you had thought about the Isle of Sight objective too, that would have been really good for you, because I would have protected my guys pretty good with the clouds, hopefully.
Yeah.
And me going first, I get to push my long range shooting with my Winterguard up a little deeper. You're also a really good scenario player, so you going second often is huge because you score a buttload of points and put the real pressure on for scenario.
Yeah, I know. I definitely try to focus scenario because you can be a better army with 30 extra points because Vinter doesn't get any
battle group.
No battle group. But if I just win on scenario, then don't have to fight your army.
Same as Vinter's such an assassination threat too that he often is just the army is a Vinter delivery device, and once he gets to your caster, he will kill you. He's a nightmare.
I feel like this was a really good matchup for Vinter because he had quite a bit of troops and he likes to blender troops as well.
Yeah.
But it was really fun to see Vinter run over to almost your deployment zone, and Zerkova came almost into my side, so we almost traded sides for a bit.
That was super neat. I was trying really hard to keep her away from you because I know what you can do.
Yeah, I know at one point you said, I should have put up Ghost Walk and sat on the middle flag, and I was like, where Vinter was, I could probably charge something else, and then get to her and then eat her, which is...
Because like 1 or 2 hits of Vinter kills Zerkova. Just, I don't care what she's doing. It's bad.
So,
but that was neat. It was a really fun game. Super cool. I was saying that going into this, I was like, man, I'm 30 points up on you just about. Because I have a battle group and you don't. I have spells. I have a feat. If I can't win this, I should switch to checkers.
Yeah, that was. I know. Her feat was super crippling to Vinter because he relies so much of his movement relies on being able to do a special attack and then move 2 inches.
Yeah.
To not be able to do that I was looking at it and I was like, I might be able to get to her, but then because of the feat, there's no way. So.
I love Zerkova's feat. It shuts everything down. So originally when we first looked at playing Vinter a bunch, we were wondering if he needed battle group points or something, because we're like, man, he plays at such a disadvantage to real casters. But my god, we've played him a couple games now and he is really strong. You definitely feel that lack of battle group points, you definitely feel the lack of spells and feat, but holy crap, does he ever kill troops in a hurry.
Yeah, I think it really depends on matchup too. Like if you have stuff that can't boost going into him, with him unable to be stationary or knocked down or blinded,
because
or anything.
The Mat 6 Warrior Thralls needed to roll 11s to land hits.
11s in the front arc,
in the front.
9s in the back.
Yeah.
So.
But when you need to roll 11s to hit, it's pretty tough. There's a lot of attacks went on Vinter that just couldn't touch him.
Yeah, big time. For sure like Beast 09, like I was surprised because he was needing 9s to hit.
Yeah.
But with the additional die, he should be hitting most of the time. So I think I got lucky there.
Well, he missed the charge because I debated boosting the attack roll and I decided to rely on the murderous die instead of boosting on top of that. And missed.
And really frustrating point to this was Zerkova being able to knock Arcane Shield off of anything, so I put it up there. I mean, it dictated your order of activations a little bit.
Oh yeah, it made me spend a bunch of focus doing it.
Yeah, but it is fairly frustrating when it's like, okay, I put this up into threat range and he should be harder to kill, and then you're like, nah, I'm within 17 inches.
Yeah. 17-inch long bomb on the Hex Blast.
Because looking at it after the fact, if she had to walk within 12 of the top Stormstrider turn 3 or turn 2 there,
that puts her in a hairy place.
Then Vinter probably could have got to her, and then that would have been a really short battle report. But it was a fun game. So and I really enjoyed it. It was.
So we've been looking more and more into the alt casters too, and like we might try getting more alt casters in the future, but Vinter for sure is crazy cool.
Yeah, he's definitely a lot of fun to play, being able to blender.
I think we were saying too, seeing him on the table feels like a really good representation of how terrifying he is in the lore. In the books, he just stomps around killing everything, and people inflict massive wounds on him, and then the watch it all heal up. And my god, I beat you up pretty bad with a couple thralls before and a couple shots.
I was like down to 8 boxes left, but then I was back up to 19 by the end of it.
Yeah, you were back up to full health by the end of the fight again. Like, it was nuts.
Yeah, so he's definitely a lot of fun, and recommend trying him at least. Definitely matchup though. I do feel that if using the brick of a bunch of jacks or beasts that can boost and hit him, it gets a little bit hairy for him.
He can't be as big a bully because things can hit him.
Can hit him and probably can kill him. But other than that, it was a really good game. If there's any last parting thoughts that you can think of.
No, just that was great, man. Thanks for playing out of theme game with me so I could bring a siege crawler in a Khador army.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I'm definitely happy to do fun, different things because we're here to have fun. So it was a fun game, and other than that, thanks for watching Retaliatory Strike.